How do you feel about moving to Spain?
You always come home with something.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come.
Obviously, I go to work during the day, and I haven't been home to help you with the kids. But, I mean, how is this strep battle?
It was good today. The worst day was the very first day. When, like, before they even had a sore throat. It was, like, the fever that preceded. That was hard on them. And, let's see. What is the timeline of this? That was Monday.
Yeah, luckily...
And now today's Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, and luckily, like, Monday night, there was no throwing up.
Well,
Lyndle did cry.
yeah.
But-
It was a bad dream.
Yeah, but it was weird because she had a bad dream.
Bear almost threw up, I think. Our kids, if they get a high fever, they throw up. It's like, because throwing up is not typically something you get with
Strep.
strep,
Yeah.
but a fever is, and our kids like
Yeah.
throw up and they get fevers.
Throwing up when you have a sore throat, that's just...
Well, they didn't have a sore throat yet, so
Oh, he didn't? On Monday? Okay.
he didn't have a sore throat until Tuesday when he woke up, and that's when I was like, well, I was initially worried about hand, foot, and mouth. Because Ada had been kind of like under the weather, but it was like at the tail end of this other cold that we had, but she had a sore on her mouth, kind of outside her mouth. And that made me wonder if like this is maybe all
That's gone already, isn't it?
gone now.
Yeah.
But that might have been her strep. Like it might have started with the babies, and they had just like, because they were kind of cranky, runny nosy over the weekend.
Right.
But I just thought it was like
Just a
the
cold.
common cold that we all just had. It was weird. It's kind of a weird. We traveled to Missouri and got something on the plane, and then I think we were just getting over that and got something new on Easter Sunday at church, because people were starting to get better, and then it just like went downhill again. We're starting to get better, and then we got strep. It's just like somebody who has OCD triggered by illness. This has not been a fun month.
Yeah. But you gotta admit, I mean, it hasn't been that bad, right?
Right. That doesn't help.
Which is too bad because,
I know.
I mean, the reality is it's just not that bad. Yeah, it would be better if they weren't sick, though, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, it still stinks.
Yeah, it just sets us back with like
School.
screen time and school and the house being a wreck and laundry, and it just like everything gets kind of put off when all of them are sick. And but anyway, so this bark here, I got to share.
Switching gears. Squirrel.
If you have bananas that need to be used, you just like slice them. I'll see if I can show you the bottom without getting my hands. Yeah, you just like put them in little slices and then smash them with a cup, the bottom of a cup. Then melt peanut butter, pour peanut butter over, melt chocolate, pour chocolate over, and then crush sea salt on top. Freeze it like that, and then it breaks up into bark. I'd like it to be a little bit thinner, but it is good.
Yeah.
You don't
It
like
tastes
it?
really good. I just don't like having the banana on the bottom.
Touch you?
Exactly.
I
So,
could easily do like a layer
I was going to
of
say,
chocolate
so
first.
what if you did a layer of chocolate?
You'd have to like freeze it though, then smash the banana, because you just have to physically smash. I guess you don't have to, but it would
Yeah.
make them thicker if you didn't, or you could cut them really thin.
Let's see.
You want to try some?
I had some.
You want mine?
No, thank you. How do you feel about moving to Spain?
You always come home with something. Like you might get deployed next month. Literally.
There's always something.
Yeah, Brad comes home and is like, I had a conversation with what is he? The
Aerospace.
aerospace
Optometrist down at Jackson.
And it's like, if it ends up coming to be, it's either you or him going. So it's like,
So we're talking about a humanitarian mission. Naval Hospital Jacksonville was tasked to send an optometrist on this mission. It would be like as far as deployments go, this would be the easiest deployment possible, the shortest duration, and like, I mean, obviously it's a humanitarian mission, but as far as like safety goes, like this will be like the safest humanitarian mission. So it's like, if for some reason I would have to go, this would be the ideal one to go on. It's on one of the fast ships. It's not on a hospital ship. It's like a smaller crew. So if I would have to do it, like it wouldn't be the end of the world. And I think Rachel would just go back to Missouri because it's only like 60 days. Is that what you would?
It's not 60. You said like mid-June to end of August.
Yeah, I would leave the 19th of June. I'd be back the 31st of August.
That's 2.5 months.
Yeah, so that's more like 75 days.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Would you go back to Missouri?
I don't know, because I'm thinking about that, and it's like, we can't stay with my parents for that long.
No, you'd have to get an Airbnb.
Mm-hmm. So we'd maybe look into, which it's peak season, we could maybe live in the office.
Yeah.
While we're there.
Yeah.
That would be doable.
You could take the RV.
We could take the RV.
But would you want to live in the RV?
Where would I plug it in? No, I think I'd rather live in the office than the RV.
Your dad's shop.
Oh, yeah. No. Isn't it funny that was like kind of our plan one time?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
To live in the shed.
But we only had three kids.
True.
Only 3 kids.
Only had 3. And Eloise was about Ada and Allie's age now.
Yeah. But there was
Almost exactly.
only one of them.
Because this was like spring, the year she turned 2.
It was funny because the doctor...
Younger, actually.
The doctor that I was talking to, his wife... So he has 3 young kids as well. And he's done a mission trip. He went on one of the hospital ships and was gone for 6 months when his kids were super little. But it's funny because his sister has twins. And he's like, I remember the first time I went and visited my sister after she had her twins. And it was like 6 months postpartum. And before the kids, she was a marathon runner and like super spunky and like, you know, a real go-getter. And he's like, I went and visited her, and she was just like, like
barely hanging out.
Yeah, like wearing pajamas all day, couldn't do anything, like no energy. She was like a zombie. I'm like, yep, we can relate to that. He's like, I don't know how you do it. It's funny, like
I remember feeling like that, but
2 sets of twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you remember feeling like that?
Yeah, I just we couldn't really with the first set of twins.
But I guess with Berend Lyndle, I mean, we had your parents' help.
My mom came down and stayed with us, but she didn't do anything overnight. So like, we were as sleep deprived as any twin parent could be.
They were probably 6 months when we moved in with your parents, right?
Yes.
Into their basement.
Yes.
And like your dad would take Bear.
Yeah.
When he would wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, he would hang out. Well, you would go up with him if you would go up and hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a trying time. I feel like Ada and Allie are our worst sleepers of all 5.
They are.
I don't know if it's just because we're like the most lenient with them, but I don't feel like we've ever had more than like a week of consistency with them.
Right.
We've traveled a lot too, so
that's a thing.
And then like any kind of sickness, there's way more sickness because of having older siblings that are around other kids. Berend Lyndle were completely in a bubble at that age.
Right.
And just like
only saw the nanny, and that's about it.
Right. Yeah. A lot of things are different, but
it is what it is.
The consistency of the schedule is just like really throwing me off because there is no like break during the day because Berend Lyndle and Eloise are not napping really anymore, so that's kind of had to get a little more creative about what we're doing during rest time, which I think we've gotten to a rhythm of doing an audiobook for at least an hour, and they'll all like be enamored with that for at least an hour, and I can sometimes hear them like playing while they're listening to the book, but that's been really good. But by the time I get the babies down and then get them set up with an audiobook, like sometimes the babies are waking back up again because they are taking a horrible nap, especially Ada.
Right.
So it's just, there is no gap in the day where there used to be. I mean, it was like a 2-hour, they would all take a 2-hour nap like every day.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't get up right away. Even if they did wake up, they would just like chill in their beds. That does not happen
No, it doesn't.
anymore. So yeah, that makes a big difference when you're like, I don't know, grinding out a day all by yourself without just like any, I used to like look forward to that break.
Right.
Help me be a better parent. for me. And now it's like just doom.
Yeah.
I'm totally kidding. I'm just
But
kidding.
seriously.
We had a really fun evening though. Like me.
Yeah.
We'll sometimes
you
split
did.
off and yeah. Sorry about that. I kind of needed that.
It was fine.
But I just hung out here with Berend Lyndle and we did puzzles for like, it was only like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was probably 45 minutes.
And you took.
I took Ada, Allie, and Eloise first on a walk where that lasted about 10 minutes, and then we went on a golf cart ride, which was a little bit better. But yeah, there was a lot of crying. Yeah, I mean, I filmed, so if it's,
You did?
yeah, if it's on this vlog, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, then it was on yesterday's
Were
vlog.
they just like crying while you were filming?
I mean, no, I just had to. I stopped filming a bunch because of the yelling.
Cool.
Oh, the days are long, but the years are short. But yeah, so I want to move to Spain.
Oh yeah,
That's how we got started.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for our parents,
exactly.
it would be a no-brainer.
It is so, I'm so torn on this for that exact reason. I think it would be amazing for our family and our kids. And we would just, it would be the opportunity of a lifetime for sure. Because like after I guess we could do whatever the heck we want when we're retired.
Yeah, but we'll have more disposable income.
When you're active duty.
Right.
True. So we won't be on like a retired budget.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, we could explore Europe. The kids could get amazing culture exposure. Homeschool would be awesome. Oh, it would be so cool. Mom, Dad, Eric, Linda, you can come to Spain whenever you want.
Right.
We can meet you in Ireland for the weekend.
Totally.
It's only, what, 800 bucks to fly to Ireland?
Yeah, short flight.
8 hours.
But we have 5 kids.
How far is it from Spain to Ireland?
I don't know.
Ireland's like one of the easiest ones to fly to, right?
Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
One of the,
but I feel like, I don't know if
London.
London would be cheaper.
Paris,
Buddy.
probably pretty common. Do you want yogurt?
No, thank you. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about.